welcome back to Sun Crypto. It is November 1st, 2019, 11:36 a.m. Eastern Time. Current price of BTC 91.34 on Bitstamp, right? So in today's content, we're going to talk about BTC. We're going to start off on the bigger picture. We're going to start off on the weekly, and then we're going to move it down to the 4 hour, 15 minutes time frame, right? Because it is November 1st, so it is very important to pay attention to the macro level instead of looking for this like a 200 points and 300 points, because when the dumps comes and or the big move comes, it's going to be big, guys. It's not it's going to be big, just like I told you about like on one of my previous video when I was calling for like a BTC dropping down to 7200 and gonna give us a very big move, at least for the short term, give us a very big move to the upside. All right, so let's take a look at it right here in this video. Like I talked about it last time, I think like it was like October 23rd, right? We said like Bitcoin falling wedge, right? And then I said in this video, I'm just gonna play the clip like 2 seconds. You don't want to miss this move. I'm just gonna give you a hint, okay? It's gonna be right around, okay, and this push, okay? This push, I don't want to even talk about it right now because you guys are gonna be too confusing, but I'm looking for this push, guys. It's coming soon, okay? It's coming very soon, guys. It's coming very soon, all right? Coming very soon. It's gonna be a big move, guys. It's not gonna be anything like it's gonna be so amazing, guys. It's gonna be so amazing, all right? But you don't want to miss that, guys. You don't want to miss this move. I'm just gonna give you a hint, okay? It's gonna be right around this area. Just give you a hint, and I'm gonna let you figure it out, and then we're gonna talk about it later. All right? So you can see like on October 23rd, we've been basically anticipating like a BTC to make that move, and that's the setup we got. If you take a look at it, that's the same setup I started that last stream, and I said like this setup we had it like on October 1st. That's when we had this setup on like on my premium member, and we said like we're gonna make another WXY in this area, and then but this move is very overextended, and then we're gonna look for BTC to drop down to this level. This level like excuse me, it is roughly around like a 6100, and we're gonna talk about it like once we go to the daily time frame. We're gonna talk about the WXYZ correction, actually WXYXZ correction, and then we're gonna look for a possible reversal pattern in this area. So it all depends. This reversal pattern can be a mini bull run again, all the way up to even like a 14-16k, but it all depends. But once we get to this area for 6k, we're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about the reversal pattern, because I'm still expecting a very big move, and I told you like it's gonna be very surprising move, just like this one, but this one gonna be bigger. Okay, it's gonna be a very big move, very impressive. Most people are going to be shorting BTC, and then they're going to be falling behind, right? Because the move going to be so amazing, just like I told you about this big move you're about to get, right? So let's dive into the bigger picture right now, okay? So on the bigger picture, like on the monthly time frame, you can see on the 21 EMA, for those of you guys who just started watching our streaming, we've been talking about the monthly, like since BTC was at 14k, all right? And then you can see the 21 EMA on the monthly time frame. Most people just pay attention to the 21 EMA on the weekly, but you can see whenever we drop below this 21 EMA on the monthly time frame, we capitulate sideways correction. Right now we got a heavy support from this area of 21 EMA on the monthly. We didn't quite test it, but it was close enough. Okay, we came down like the monthly was like almost 7100, right? And then BTC came down to like a 7290 in that range. So that's like almost 98-99% accurate, right? So but we're definitely going to be coming back down to retest it, and I don't think it's going to be November. We're going to break it on November. Even if we break it on November, we're going to jump back above it. So just like what happened back in 2018, that's what I'm expecting in this area. So we retest it, push back up, okay? So we can come back, retest it like at least for another 30 to 45 days. Within the next 30 to 45 days, we can retest it. So it is very important to be very cautious, because I'm cautioning you, because the market gonna be here forever, and if you're going all in, the market might reach your target buy, and you're going to be out of money, right? So you're going to be out of capital. Market might go like even 4K, you know, 5K, you're not going to have any capital to buy. So you just have to be extremely careful, because I don't see that BTC pushing to the upside with this big rejection on the weekly, okay, on the monthly time frame. These rejections are pretty heavy. They're not like the type of rejection we got from back in 2018. You can see that back in 2018 the rejection wasn't even that heavy. It was like mild, okay, but these ones, like, you know, these wicks almost like over 50% of the body candle. So so it is something like to pay like a special attention, at least for the short term, right? So let's move on to the weekly now. The weekly time frame, that's when the bullishness start like kicking in, because the rest of the market pretty much 90% of the market were pretty much bearish after we got this drop. But the market makers, the whales, guys, they have to play with our mind, right? So everybody's talking about the 21 EMA, 21 weekly EMA. They basically dumped the price below the 21 weekly EMA. Guess what? Everybody turned like a bearish, start depressing. I mean, getting depressed. You know, they pumped the price above the weekly 21 EMA and just leaving the price above this weekly 21 EMA. So everybody now is pretty much bullish and looking for like a 15, 20, 16K. Guys, when BTC was right around this area, like 3,700, okay? Take a look at it right here. When you can go and watch this live stream. I mean, it's like a 2-minute video. When BTC was just about this area, okay, I was calling for BTC to make this move, right, around this area of 50 EMA. When you go back and watch my previous video, I said like BTC gonna come back down and price gonna get supported by this area of 50 EMA, right? So, and that's the same exact support we got. Get us some more rejection before it moved to the upside. So just to summarize everything, and then what I talked about last time, we just got this area of right left shoulder. So you're looking for your right shoulder basically, and then most likely we're going to retest these levels and then break above it 1-to-1 extension. So that's my short term. When BTC was right around 3,700, guys, you can see it. I was expecting BTC to go like up to like a 5K, 10K and stuff like that. The rest of the market were looking for 2,500. So, and you know the difference between you know, somebody looking for 10K, you know, when BTC is 3K, and somebody looking for 2,500 when BTC is like a 3,500. It's a big difference. So if you don't pay attention to the bigger picture, you're gonna miss out big time. You're gonna miss out big time. It is good to get these gains, like you know, 300, 400%. I mean, 400 points up and down, stuff like that. But if you like do not pay attention to the downside, you're gonna miss out a lot. I said it when BTC was at 14K, because I was bullish all along this way, all the way up. I was even with this big drop, when BTC gave us this big drop June 4th, this big weekly candle, I said like, okay, that's it. All right, that was June 4th. You know, 1-to-1 extension of this move, we're gonna make it to the upside up to like a 12K, guys. Calling for 12K BTC when BTC was 7K, that's a big move, right? But you know, I'm calling for 6K right now. I'm still calling for 6K. I'm still 65% bearish, right? It means like you know, my exposure to the market is very low, less than 40%, right? So, but we have to be careful, guys. We just have to be careful, even though this setup is extremely good for the you know, basically for the retailers, right? And then the market makers making you believe like we're gonna be going to the moon. We're not going to the moon at all, okay? We're gonna break this area. We're gonna get supported either by this 100 EMA on Bitstamp, or we're gonna get supported by this 200 weekly EMA on you know, on Bitstamp, which is roughly around like a 5,300. And 5,300 gonna bring us to a to something called the Trololo trend line, okay? That's a weekly time frame. So we're just gonna take a you know, 2 seconds to talk about the Trololo trend line, okay? So I'm gonna add the Trololo trend line. If you take a look at the Trololo trend line right now, it is at 53.43, which is the same exact number as the weekly let's see, 200 EMA. That's okay, which is exactly the weekly 200 EMA. So the weekly, the trend line and then the weekly 200 EMA, they roughly got the same growth rate. Even back in this area, they roughly got the same growth rate, which is like 1.1 to 1.13% weekly gain. So basically, what is it telling you? Like if you hold BTC like for the next 4 to 5 years, you potentially can earn 1%, a 1.1% gain, okay, weekly compounded, right? So it is extremely good. Even if you buy BTC at 9K, historically, you okay, all right. If you day trading or you swing trading, it's a different story. But if you buy BTC at 9K, it's not a financial advice. You still can hold it for the next 3 to 5 years. You're still gonna, it is a very high probability you could be earning a 1.1% gain on a weekly basis. So that's what the trend line is right now. So and the trend line projection, it is roughly around like a 5,700 by mid-December, and it's gonna be roughly around like a 6K, 60 to 100 by February. So, and I see like I definitely see BTC gonna be moving sideways in this area, roughly around like a 5K to 6K level up to like the first week of February. I could be wrong, but we've been pretty much we've been hitting our target like since like last year December. So I'm not worried about like missing one target. The only thing I'm worried about is like not being consistent. But as long as I'm consistent and you miss your target, you're like, okay, I was consistent, I missed the target, I will have to reassess. But every single move, okay, all the way up to this area of 14K, we made it. 1-to-1 extension of this move from the X area, we made it. Also this big push, we expected it like 3-4 days before, but we just missed to buy in this area. So I'm still expecting this move. So if you're expecting like a BTC to go all the way up to like a 20K, 30K before December, that's great for all of us, but I'm not personally expecting it, right? So hey, what's up Spencer, what's up Aldo, what's up Andrea? Make sure to hit the likes, guys. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe. So have to pay attention to the bigger picture, guys. Other than that, if BTC pushes like up to like 11K, you're gonna be extremely bullish, and then it's gonna be a 3-wave move, and then we're just gonna get this one. I'm not saying we're not gonna push to like 11. We can push to 11 definitely, and I'm not worried about like BTC pushing to 11, because we're still gonna be making some lower highs, and we're not gonna break this area. I'm not saying we're not gonna break it, but we're probably not gonna break this area even if we push to the upside. A strong strong resistance, not enough volatility to get to that area. So let's see. All right, let's see if you're gonna be able to break it, at least for the short term. But at least for the short term, guys, make sure to pay attention to the trend line on at least a weekly basis, and take a look at it every Sunday, every time, whenever the weekly candle starts. Take a look at it and compare it to the current price of BTC. So let's move on to the daily. Okay, that's a 3 days chart. When you take a look at the 3 days chart, the bulls in control. Okay, before we talk about the daily. But the last 6 days, you can see we cannot get like high volatility, right? So even though like we only got like 1 day, this candle was only 1 day big push to the upside, no follow through, no volume. Okay, no follow through, no volume, low volatility. The only thing you can expect like is a drop. Okay, you only can expect a drop. This yellow line is the 21 EMA also on the daily, supporting the price, and then that's the same 21 EMA on the weekly, supporting the price also. So as soon as we break this area, the next level you could be looking for is this red line, which is like the 100 EMA. The 100 EMA on the 3 days chart been supporting the price. We broke below it, pumped back above it. We're most likely going to be coming back to retest it. And the 100 EMA on the 3 days chart right now, it is exactly at 81.39. So the bulls have to maintain this pressure, try to push the price to the upside. Otherwise, they could be losing 1,000 points to this area. Okay, 1,000 points, and it's going to be very weak. As soon as we drop down to this area, they're going to require a bigger volume to try even to get a double top. Okay, to try to get this double top. If we drop down to this area of 8,100, we got a trend line. You got to remember, guys, we got a trend line in this area. All right, we got a strong trend line in this area. So if we drop down to this area for 100 EMA on the 3 days, we most likely going to get another rejection right around like a 9K to 9300. So you have to be very, very cautious and think about like where the market could be going, and not worry about like being wrong and being right, because you got your stop loss anyway. So, and you cannot be wrong forever, right? So you're going to be right at least once. So hey, what's up, Zay Nuno? So let's move on to the daily chart now. The daily chart, you could argue like we're making a nice bull flag, a possible falling wedge, and then a breakout to the upside, 1-to-1 extension. So like I said, if you worry about like too much on the daily, you're going to be extremely bullish. But if you take a look at the bigger picture, you could be like, oh, oops, we could be dropping to the downside also. But on the daily, we don't have any sign of reversal yet, right? But we could make this a 1-to-1 extension. But I'm not really bullish on this move. Okay, I'm not really bullish on this move, even though the volume is decreasing, price is decreasing. That's bullish, right? That is a bullish sign, and we should be favoring the bulls are in control right now, like with 70%, okay, on the daily time frame. They're in control, right? But they can lose this momentum very easily. They can lose this momentum very, very easily, just like the type of momentum we got, just like the type of momentum we got in this area. Okay, before the drop, we got similar move in this area. So this one is just more like a declining. The slope is very sharp, so the push is gonna be very strong. If like we break like a 10-3, 10-4, the push is gonna be very, very strong. It's going to be very strong, but it doesn't mean they're not going to get rejected, because we can get a big push, big strong move, but get a big strong rejection. Okay, they'll get a big strong rejection. So, but pay special attention on the on the daily 100 EMA, currently supporting the price. It is looking good. Okay, it is looking good, at least for the short term. So if you take a look at it on the Heiken Ashi, we got a big tail, big wick, small body. That is a sign of reversal to the opposite direction, and that's the move I'm talking about. Like we could get this one, and then up to 10K, get a rejection on the Heiken Ashi, get another big tail, big wick, small body before a further sell-off. But they're in control right now, so we have to be extremely, extremely careful in this area. Okay, we have to be extremely careful. All right, let's move on to the 12-hour now. The 12-hour bar, we talked about this volatility yesterday. And we said like we're most likely gonna start moving in this area, and I was looking for this move myself. I was looking for BTC to go up to like a 97 to 99, but our first target, like, because we started long in BTC in this area, like 89, right? We jump in at 89. First target was like 94 to 94.50, in that range. We hit 94, and then took profit, and basically price wanted to act funny, so we said like, okay, let's just get out, and then reassess our judgment after the daily candle closes, right? So after the daily candle close, we basically reassess our judgment and took another position, right? But right now the volatility is high but low. I don't know how to explain to you. It is high enough if you can pay attention to the 300-400 points. It is high, but if you want to pay if you're not paying attention to it, you might just miss the 400 points, just like yesterday, like from 89 to like 9400. That's 500 points. You're just gonna miss it because you didn't pay attention to the low volatility. And at the same time, if you are looking for bearishness, right now it is moving to the upside like 90 to 100, right? So if you're looking for some bullishness, you can see this big tail, big wick, small body is indicating a reversal to this area, where like you could be looking for 97 to 99 level. Okay, 97 to 99 level. So that's what we're looking for, at least for the short term, right? On the downside, we're looking for like a BTC to drop down to 84 to 86 level, which is roughly around like a 50% pullback to 0.618 pullback. So 86 to 84 level going to be in this area, this box. All right, so it's going to be this box, and we're going to take a look at the regular candles also, because we got multiple rejection on the regular candles, but price is still looking strong. Okay, it is still looking very strong. So this box, that's what I'm looking for, at least for a short term. Either we can make this move and that move, or we can just make this move or that move. So it all depends. It all depends on the volatility. Okay, it all depends on the volatility. But at least for the short term, I'm expecting like 86 to 84. All right, 86 to 84. All right. So it is pumping right now, 82.50. So let's move on to the 6 hour time frame. 82.60. Let's take a look at the regular candles. Okay, when you take a look at the basically the 6 hour time frame, you got a major resistance, right? It is looking at, like I said on the daily, right? It is looking strong, like in this curve. We have to be very careful. The volume going to be making this move, right? So if like the top volume going to be red, it's not going to be good for the bulls, at least for the short term. We have to be extremely careful because it is very curvy. We either can make on a lower degree 6 hours. That's what you're looking for, like this move, like a three-wave pullback. We could get like to 94, 95 and get rejected on this area of a 50 EMA, this blue line, which is worth around like a 9600. So if the bulls manage to like a jump above this area of a 50 EMA, right, on the 6 hours, they can take control and push to the upside and get rejected right around 10K. But the first challenge on the lower degree, if you like a day trading, stuff like that, is to look for this area of 9570, which is like the 50 EMA on the 6 hour. Okay, it all depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for a roughly 300 points, you can definitely get this 300 points, right? You can get this 300 points, but you have to be careful and pay attention to the bigger picture, because this move is bigger. Okay, like a 1,000-point move is bigger than a 300, 400 points move. So you just manage your risk properly. All right, but it doesn't mean the bulls cannot push the price up, because you gotta remember, I just said it, my initial target was like 94, 97 and 99, but I switched it. As soon as we got that rejection, I just like, oops guys, let's go take it to the downside, and then we're gonna look for 94 to 96 level, because it is gonna be more profitable, and it is already safer, because you're going with the trend. You're not going against the trend, because I know even if like we push to I'm pretty sure even if we push to like even if we push to 97, 99, we still got a chance to drop back to get out, right? But if like we drop down to this area of 81 to 83, I'm not sure if we're gonna go back up to like a 10K, right? Or even like a 94, 93. So based on risk management, it is safer. It is way safer, right, to short BTCs than to long BTC. Okay, it is safer, at least for me, right? At least for the short term. And I'm gonna show you on Ethereum why BTC is bearish just by looking at Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash, looking at the pattern Bitcoin Cash and Ethereum are doing. All right, so you can see right now it is dumping, I think, right? Because we just dumped like 200 points almost. So that's not good at all. So, and this is live stream, all right? This is live stream. So let's move on to the 4 hour right now. When you take a look at the 4 hour, it's not looking that bad regarding the current dump we get. Okay, regarding the current dump we got, but you have to understand how to analyze these wicks. Okay, yesterday on the 6 hours before the before we close before the end of the live stream, what I told you, right? I told you if like the next 6 hours, right, this 6 hours gonna eat up all the gains we got, it's gonna be most likely bearish. Okay, and take a look at it. We basically lost all the momentum, right, we got during my live stream. And I said, like, at the end of the live stream, we don't want to lose all the momentum of the previous 6 hours. We lost it, closed below this 6 hour 21 EMA. We pushed back up. You can take a look at this candle we just got. All it did, it just went back up 50% of the wick. That's it. Okay, we got fit. So it is a great short opportunity. Like when you take a look at these moves, all you have to do is just short 50% of this wick. Okay, this wick. We just came back, retest, and I keep mentioning it. So I'm not sure if like we're gonna go back up, retest like 50% of this wick, the biggest one. We almost did, okay, with this one, right? We almost did, but it is like a quarter percent, right? So 25 to 30%, but it could push back up in this area and retest that wick. at some point, right? We could push back up and retest 50% of this week, going to be like a 93.40. So that's the only thing I'm worried about right now, BTC pushing back up to like a 93.50. But the momentum is pretty much bearish. Okay, it is pretty much it is pretty much on the lower degree in this area. It is pretty much bearish. Okay, so have to pay a special attention, right? So let's go back to the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, we are doing something very special. We're moving below this area of 50 and 21 EMA, basically just jumping up and down below this area of 50 and 21 EMA. So eventually we're gonna get a very tight price, going to be squeezed. Okay, it's going to be very squeezed both of these EMA, because you're gonna get the crossover, right? And then volatility is going to be increasing. And what you can anticipate, like, you have to pay attention to your 100 EMA or 100 MA on your 4-hour time frame. Right now they're moving just about like the 0.618 to 50% pullback. If you take a look at it, so you can see right now we just about this 50% pullback, all right, on the 4-hour time frame. So looking at all these like indicators and all these like chart patterns, it is way safer to short BTC than to wait for BTC to drop and buy it. It is safer than to buy it right now and expect it to go up. Okay, the only thing you could expect, like on the bullish side of BTC on the 4-hour, is like this area of neutrality is kind of like, it could be like, okay, I'm not going to do anything, because this move can either be very strong or be very drop. If you just focus on the R side, you wouldn't be doing anything, honestly, right? If I just focus on the R side, I wouldn't even touch BTC, right? But looking at these moving averages and using my Elliott waves and looking at my Fibonacci retracement, yeah, it is safer to take it to the downside, right? It is way safer. Hey, what's up, K4? What's up, governance? Hey, make sure to hit the like, guys, and if you're new to the content, also like make sure to subscribe and let me know what you think down below the comment section. We're going to talk about XRP today. We're going to take our time, right? So let's move on to the 45 minutes, right? The 45 minutes, you have to be very careful, guys, because I don't like when my 45 minutes is so bearish on the R side, giving me this move. Sometimes it can just drop very quickly, and those drops, they tend to be very, very heavy. They tend to be like extreme drops. So just have to be extremely careful. And these rejection wicks we keep getting, it is big warning, like we keep getting these warnings. All right, we keep getting these warnings, but we haven't been like basically tortured yet. Okay, so the bulls need to be tortured so they can stop pushing the price to the upside, right? So we get a big rejection, price coming back down, retest like these wicks, and we just need the volume. The bears just need the volume to drop the price down again. Okay, this 50 EMA on the 45 minutes, you can see it. It is exactly at 50% pullback. If I take the fib retracement, you can see like we keep getting like a nice confluence, right? So basically 87 is a good area to look for either a long position or a short BTC to the downside. So it's up to you. It's not a financial advice. You can either wait for it or take it to the downside, or you can make it a double move. I call it a double move, right? So what I do, like short it and long it, okay? Because it's gonna give us another 50% to 0.618 pullback after this drop, and then you can look for this move. All right, look for this move. So it's going to be very volatile. Okay, it's going to be very, very volatile. It's going to be very volatile. All right, so guys, so that's it for today, guys, for BTC. Let's move on to Ethereum. Ethereum, you can see like we talked about Ethereum, right? We just got this drop to 178. Whoa. We got this drop because I was looking for Ethereum down to 177, but you can see Ethereum, I keep missing the target by 1 point. So this one I missed it by 1 point. 176 was the target, it came down to 177. This one 177 was the target, it came down to like a 178. So but it is okay, right? It's not the end of the world. But Ethereum, we call this drop from Ethereum, since Ethereum was like 191 at the very top. we say like short Ethereum down to like 179 to 180. So we get that move, and then we say like it's going to make this move and that move. But right now we double bottoming at 382. Let's double check, but I think it's 382. We double bottom exactly, right? Not I think, but I know, right? 382. So we double bottoming at 382, but that's the second touch. Not even the second. We got 1, 2, we got 3, 5, right? So we got 5 touches. So the most probable scenario for Ethereum right now is like to push back up to the previous resistance, which is this, which is like the area of 236 at 186, right? So 186, if like Ethereum decide to push to the upside, that's going to be 186. It's going to be a nice short opportunity. If it wants to follow BTC, which I think it will, most likely follow BTC and drop faster than BTC. So we could get the wick down to 0.618. Okay, 0.618. So, and just to be safe, I would have wait for like not once 0.618, but 50%. Okay, 50% going to be like 173 first. Start accumulating for a long position in this area. Okay, and so you can get a better average. But the RSI is not looking healthy. This drop a possible divergence, then we can look for the long. All right, but right now this RSI can still push it upside, but it's going to be very weak. It's going to be very weak. All right, it's going to be very weak. So let's take a look at Ethereum on the daily. Ethereum on the daily, nothing bullish about Ethereum. No volume. We only got big spike to the upside, and this spike was basically created by BTC. So Ethereum manages to push to the upside, but we got a big rejection, and we talked about this rejection, right? We talked about this rejection because price came back up 50% of the wick. Let's take a look at this wick. You can see this wick price came back up 50% of it, and then got rejected. Okay, with a heavy volume, not just any type of volume, but it got rejected at the 50% of the wick with heavy volume. So you take a look at it. Price decided to resist and go back up and say, hey man, I'm gonna go back up and I'm gonna try to double top. Look at it again, a heavy pressure. Okay, like almost a full body candle. Since like on the 30th, 29th, something like that, we cannot get a green candle. Okay, we cannot get a green candle. So Ethereum is not looking good at all, at least for the short term. Okay, at least for the short term, it's not looking good at all. So basically the target I'm looking for Ethereum to the downside, if like for the medium term target, not like today or tomorrow, right, within the next few weeks before like a December, I'm looking for Ethereum roughly around like a 135. Okay, 135 to 140. All right, in this month, that's my medium term target for Ethereum. Right, if like we get the push to the upside, get the double top, it doesn't mean we bullish. It only means like we got another short opportunity for the double top before going down to this area. And we talked about it when Ethereum was like 190. We said like we're going to be dropping down to 150, 152. We did that exactly. We double bottom, got the push to the upside. Now we're looking for this move for our new market structure in this area, right? We could get any type of a structure in this area, right? We could get a W, we can get a falling wedge, a rising wedge, whatever. Okay, but that's the next area I'm looking for a market structure, a new market structure for Ethereum, right? So let's move on to Ripple XRP. Ripple XRP is losing momentum. Now we let go the 29 cents area. That's a good sign, at least if you bearish for Ripple XRP. I didn't like the way Ripple XRP was moving in this area. Like I said previously, right now we were moving below this 100 and 200 EMA. On the daily, I didn't like it. Just like the way we were moving in this area between 100 and 21 EMA. I said like wait till Ripple goes above this 100 EMA, then you take a short, right? And you can take a look at it. We dropped down almost 20%, right? Right now, I would just want to see like a Ripple closes below like this area of 21 EMA, not the 100. The red line is the 100. So I'm looking for Ripple to close below this area of 21 EMA. That'll be extremely good, and we're gonna look for this double bottom. Okay, we're gonna be looking for this double bottom at 25 cents. All right, it doesn't mean we're gonna double bottom and go to the upside, but it only means it's time to, like, take profit, wait for this flag, and then take it to the downside with a double bottom in this area. And Ripple can even make this move afterward, just like Bitcoin Cash and Ethereum and Litecoin. Okay, because you gotta remember, everybody else made this move, made a flat correction like this. All right, everybody else made this move, but except Ripple. Ripple just gave us, a nice channel, a fake out, a double top. Okay, we can get now this move and get this very impulse wave before even looking for some further sell-off, right? Or whatever pattern it's gonna make. But at least for the short term, I think Ripple gonna double bottom, right? Before, like, we talk about any other pattern, at least for the short term. But for the medium term target for me, Ripple gonna be 25 cents. Okay, short term target, it's not even that much. I'm looking for 25 cents Ripple, which is 13%, and then 21 cents basically, 25 and then 21 in that area, right? So let's see if Ripple gonna give it to us, right? So let's move on to Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash, guys, if you watch my previous live stream, I told you that Bitcoin Cash, we could be looking for like a 260. We're not quite there yet, right? And I still think Bitcoin Cash are gonna get a support in this area of a 21 EMA daily. This move, we can get back this move. So if BTC drops down to like 86, 80, 87 level, definitely Bitcoin Cash could get a support from this area of 21 EMA, which is roughly around like a 250. So 250, you take a look at 250 from the current price, it is going to be it's not bad. It's about 8% drop. So BTC dropping 8%, Bitcoin Cash can drop 8%, and then we're gonna look for another long position from Bitcoin Cash. But we got multiple bearish pattern, big volume, heavy rejection. We got a big push, heavy rejection with a shooting star. That's pretty bearish. Okay, we just have to look for the next fib retracement, either 382 or 50% at least, right? And then we could look for like a further push to the upside. But right now, the 21 EMA on the daily, it is roughly around 50% pullback. So that's a good confluence to look for Bitcoin Cash to retest 50% pullback, right? But do not slip on 382, which is like 260. Okay, 260. It could get that move, give us that move and that move. All right. So hit the likes, folks. All right. So guys, hit the like, man. So let's move on to we talk about Ethereum, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash. I think like Litecoin and EOS, the next two coins we're gonna take a look at, right? So you take a look at EOS, a similar move to Bitcoin Cash, heavy rejection, 3 up, 3 down, big push to the upside, starting to look bullish. Again, it wants to give us this move, but I think this move only going to be a double top. Okay, it could be a 3-way move also, like by giving us this move, it could be a 3-way move. All right, it could go and get rejected by this area for 50 EMA on the 100 EMA on the daily. All right, but it is not bullish. I'm not looking for like a $10 EOS stuff like that, right? I'm not looking. If you take a look at the bigger picture for EOS, even if you take a look at the 3 days chart, right, it is not bullish. Okay, let's see. That's Binance. Got the EOS. Let's take a look at it. Okay, you take a look at EOS on the bigger picture. We're not the only thing we did with EOS is came back down to 0.618, and basically pull back up to like roughly 0.618. Now we're dropping down to the 50% pullback of the entire move. So we definitely, gonna look for this double bottom at 0.618, and once we get this double bottom at like 160, I think EOS is gonna be bullish. Okay, even though I'm looking for like a $2, but 160 is very possible. Then we can look for this move. Okay, after we get to like a 160, because if EOS is gonna drop to 160, it means like BTC could be dropping down like to a 6K, right? And you know, that's like roughly 50% drop, right, on EOS, and it could be higher, right? And then definitely BTC gonna be looking for by that time BTC could be roughly around like a 72 to 6K level, right? It all depends on market structure and volatility, and Bitcoin Cash gonna make this move. And I told you about QDOM also. When QDOM was double bottoming, QDOM made this move, right? And then coming back down to the bottom, and I said like we're gonna get this move. So let's pay attention to QDOM, and you can see QDOM went up like to 270 to almost 280, right? And now it is back down to like a $2. So I'm looking for this move. That's my medium-term target for EOS, $2 to 260, and then I can be extremely bullish for EOS. Looking for EOS at least to go back up to like you know, $3 or something like that, right? Doubling price again. So keep an eye on EOS. I don't have a, you know, basically let's see. For some reason, EOS is not looking bad at all, right? It's not looking bad on the bigger picture, but on the lower degree, you can see like we get a rejection. The lower degree is not bullish, but the daily is looking slightly bullish in terms of like getting another rejection at 335, 36. That's the type of bullishness I'm saying, but not like a 50%, 60% move, right? So, but on a lower degree, it looks like it's you know, we could get this we could get this type of you know, triangle in that area. All right, could get this one, that one. Okay, we could get this one, but right now we're getting this one. So volatility going to be very high, and then we could look for this one, and you change your structure and look for this one. All right, so okay, you could look for this one at least for the short term, but I don't have any target for EOS right now. All right, so let's move on to King Litecoin, not King Litecoin, but Silver Litecoin. Litecoin is not a, basically volatility for Litecoin going to be very high. You can see constantly volume is decreasing in a constant rate. Okay, it is a constant rate, and it cannot go to zero, and most likely the next volume gonna like match 50% of this you know, this candle. So 50% of this rejection volume. So I'm expecting a big heavy volatility for LTC. If like we cannot get a big volume, right, we definitely can be moving sideways along this area of you know, 21 EMA on the daily. The 21 EMA right now, it is right around 56.63. So volatility going to be very high. We do not want to break this area of a 21 EMA, otherwise we're going to be suffering at least for the short term. Next target to the upside, if you want to be bullish on Litecoin, it looks good. Okay, it looks good, but it is like this area of 100 EMA. We haven't retested this area of 100 EMA since like the push to the upside from 107. Okay, guys, remember I keep saying it. When Litecoin gave us this 15% move, I said like that's just it is just a fake out, and then it's gonna put Litecoin in a trouble. So we could get that move again, right? We could get this move, yeah, and a heavy rejection. Okay, heavy rejection. But on the daily, RSI is facing to the downside. That's not good. It is not good, at least for the short term. Let's move on to the 12-hour. When we move on to the 12 hours, we also got like a BTC type of a rejection. When BTC moves like you know, on the 12-hour 21 EMA and doesn't get like a rejection to the upside, it's pretty much very bearish. And I'm gonna show you BTC like when BTC was a 12K, you know, 9K, stuff like that. The type of a pattern I recognized to say, hey guys, let's short BTC at the very top, guys. So we haven't missed like any short from BTC at the very top since like a 13K, even 14K. Since 14K, every single top, 14, 13, 12, 9, 9, even like when the most recent one, 86, right, we shorted BTC. Right now we're shorting BTC again at the very top, like you know, 10, Even the most recent one, 10K, we shorted BTC, guys. So I'm like 90% accurate, 99% accurate at shorting BTC at the very top. But I'm not. my only concern is like long in BTC from the bottom. Even though most of the time I can expect where the bottom gonna be at, it is just to take the long. Sometimes I be too greedy, looking for those 400 points drop, like from 73 to like 69. I was looking for that short position and long it, and then you just missed the big move. But it is something to pay attention, so we won't miss it next time, because it's not good at all, right, to miss those 3,000 points. But it is what it is, right? It is just market structure. Sometimes you cannot control those moves, even though you expect it. You're just expecting it, but the time frame, you know, we don't do time analysis, so it's gonna be rough to say, hey, we're gonna make this move like tomorrow, stuff like that. So basically, this move is pretty bearish for Litecoin, and any pump to the upside, it is just a short opportunity. It's not a long opportunity to me, because what's gonna be coming for Litecoin, it is even more juicier, right? For Litecoin, it is gonna be very juicy for Litecoin to drop down to roughly around 32 in this area of 0.786. All we got is a bounce from 50%. We got a bounce from 382, bounce from 0.618, and now we look for this bounce from like 0.786, which is like $32. But Litecoin, like I said previously, all right, I'm looking for Litecoin to go get to some like even double digit, like $12. I mean, it is already double digit, but single digit, like under $10. But most of you guys not ready for those numbers, so let's see. All right, but I got some orders from Litecoin, like from $12 all the way down to $7 waiting. I just forget it. Okay, I don't even look at it. I just every week now I just put some more orders, like, you know, increase it every week, 13, 14 over time. Hopefully it's gonna be filled. So, but if like let's say Litecoin decide to push it upside, with a very defining pattern of going up, we just take those orders, wait for the pullback, get in, and then take it to the upside, right? Because you cannot control what the market gonna do. You only can control your analysis and your analysis and your target. That's the only thing you can control. But you cannot control what the market gonna be doing, all right? So basically, we talked about all these coins except Bitcoin Cash. I think we talked about Bitcoin Cash, right? So we talked about Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Ethereum, EOS, and of course, you know, King BTC. So if you guys don't have any question, we just call it a day. Otherwise, let me know what you guys want to talk about regarding BTC or Litecoin, Ethereum, Neo, maybe. Neo USD, Neo not looking good. Like this move, like I said, for Neo, it was basically following BTC. It's not a natural move from Neo. It's not just moving because BTC is BTC is moving sideways and Neo pushed it upside. It's just following BTC. Very bearish patterns. Okay, very bearish. If I zoom it in, you can see we making a basically a bear flag on the 12 hours. It could last longer before this move, but I think Neo gonna be dropping. Okay, I wouldn't be extremely bullish on Neo after seeing this. The most I can expect is we get a bot symptom and then retest 50% of the wick, which is like a 12.4. Okay, Neo went up to like what, almost $13. Oh, it went like 13.4. I thought it went like to $12. I didn't see this big move. So that's a pretty big move, guys. It is over 100% move, like from like a 6.6 all the way up to, okay, look, you can see like we doubled in price. That's all we did. 100% move. It just to get everybody's excited. Now you can see we drop almost we dropped 25%. That's a lot, guys. That's a lot. It's a lot of dropping. So definitely we're gonna get this move. At some point we're gonna be pushing back up. It's either gonna be from this area of 21 EMA on the daily 12 hours. I'm sorry, this area of 21 EMA, which is like 9.7, before making this another pullback before dropping down. because I think like it basically dropped to 84, 86. It's still gonna go back up, above 9K, and all these coins, they're gonna be moving faster than BTC, and they're gonna get that move. All right, therefore we could be looking for a nice ABC correction. Right, a nice ABC correction for NEO, right, down to this area. Right, so medium term target for NEO, roughly about 750, 0.786. That's pretty aggressive, right? That's roughly around this area, 77 to 750. So, but let's see what type of a correction NEO will give us. I don't trade NEO, I just analyze it, right? So just analyze it, unbiased. If I buy NEO, it's like for the long term, just holding it, but not to go in and out. All right. Tron, let's take a look at Tron. I think Tron, I said like Tron BTC, pay attention to it. I said it like last week. I said it, pay attention to Tron BTC, because the chart was looking good. Okay, Tron BTC, we said it, pay attention to Tron BTC, and you can see the chart was looking good right now. Tron is still pushing to the upside, and we're moving above this area of 100 EMA on the daily. Now we're coming back down to retest it. Most likely Tron gonna make this move. All right, so this mean like a BTC could be dropping and Tron could be pushing to the upside. So the most I can expect, at least for the short term from Tron, it is gonna be this area of 200 EMA on the daily, this orange line, because we're moving above these areas of 100 EMA, just like back in March, February, March, April, right? I was saying starting like roughly around like February, I was saying like all these alt, they're gonna move above the area of 100 EMA. And if you take a look at it, most of these alt, regardless which one you take a look at, they at least retested the area of 100 EMA. That time it was like October 1st prices, and as soon as they hit the October 1st prices, they started dumping. All right, what I mean October 1st, because it was like April, most of them retested the October prices, October 2018 prices, and then basically pump, they all dump. So it is similar pattern. Even if I go back and show you ICX, if I show you ICX BTC, I'm gonna take a look at Tron. I just don't want to forget about it. That's right. Let's take a look at ICX BTC. Okay, if you take a look at ICX BTC, that was back December 18. You can see like December 18, that was like October prices, right? So let's see this one. Okay, it's similar move to ICX, right? So you can see ICX was roughly around this area, and I was extremely bullish. Like on February, I was saying like pay attention to ICX, because ICX is going to be moving like all the way up above this area of 100 EMA. So we did that exactly, and even push even higher, but we couldn't like retest the 200 EMA. So, and where did we test it? We tested like October prices in this area exactly. And if you take a look at any alt, most alt, they went back up like after they made this bottom, like a 3 up 3 down, they made this move. This move basically, that's what Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, all of them making right now, this move. All right, and they could be suffering the same type of a structure ICX suffered, right? The same type of structure after this move. We could make in this move and this bottom. So ICX is starting to look bullish again, at least for the short term. Pay attention to it. I think I said it before. I'm starting to look bullish on ICX. Okay, I'm starting to look bullish, and this time we could like a retest like the 200 EMA, which is roughly around like a 3,500 sats. ICX, keep making some new lows. It is extremely bad, both on dollar value and also on like a BTC value. So the lowest we got for ICX is like 1400s, right? 1400 and 13 cents on BTC, right? On dollar. but 1400 sats on on versus BTC, of course, right? Sats. So keep an eye on ICX, right? So going back to Tron, this time I think like we could retest, like either you can make a double tap or retest like the 200 EMA, right? But it has went up so much, like almost like from like a 130 to like a 230. That's over like almost 80%, right? So I wouldn't be too bullish on it. If you're shorting Tron, I would have just like wait till we hit like this 200 EMA and then get out and wait for some cheaper numbers, okay? Cheaper prices. We could at least retest like a 30% of that move. So you could at least increase your Tron holding by 30% if you like a short Tron from roughly 260 to 270, and then you could look for, look to buy back roughly around this area. Okay, look to buy. It could be a big wick, it could be like a long selling pressure, it could be anything, but at least you're going to be retracing after like 150% move, right? You're going to be almost 100% move, right? NEO just made 100% move, so, but versus the dollar, not versus BTC. So for NEO. Hey, what's up, Aldo? Thanks a lot for the Aldo EMA, man. That's what I'm using. So I almost like I think I went and adjusted and stuff like that, right? So Tron. Let's take a look at ADA also. Man, Apple is 253. Apple on a major bull run. So let's take a look at ADA, because ADA, I think like ADA is looking great again. Did not went up at all on the current move from BTC. It did not do anything. It actually did the same pattern as like the rest of the crypto, right? It just made this move. So I'm looking for ADA to get this move, drop down to this area and give us a divergence. So ADA could could look very very aggressive after this move, right, to the downside. But let's take a look at ADA BTC. ADA BTC. I know it's here, but I can't just find it. ADA BTC. ADA used to have a lot of hype. I don't know why most people don't talk about ADA now, but it used to have a lot of hype. So ADA it's giving you basically the pattern it give you versus the dollar. That's the pattern it is giving you like a versus BTC. So ADA looking good, guys. It is looking good. It could give us a 80 to 90% move versus BTC, just like basically just like a Tron. Okay, just like Tron. I would be anticipating ADA at least for the short term to make this move before moving down to this area, breaking this low. But at least for the short term, ADA is looking good, guys. It is looking great. And last time we got this type of pattern, I don't even remember last time we got this type of pattern, right? That's back in May. That's the first time we're getting this type of a double bottom. All right, that's the first time. We got one back in October. It must have a divergence like this move. It got a divergence back in October. You can see it. That's a move for a divergence, a three-way move. So it wasn't even 5, but people would be expecting like you're gonna get 5-way structure. That's why I don't like to count 5. Just count 3. The market is going down. Everything else, everything gonna be 3. If it's going to the upside, it's gonna be 3, right? So you get further sell-off. So this move, I'm expecting a 3 wave also, not 5. Okay, if you get 3, I'm getting out. Okay, let's say I'm long in ADA, we get 3 waves, I'm getting out. I'm not gonna look for this 5, and then because you're gonna look for a 5, it means like you're gonna be going up. That's why people don't understand, like whenever you say 5-wave structure, it means it is impulse, it's gonna retrace and it's gonna push back up. Let's say you count your 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you're gonna say like, you know, A, B, C, what can you expect, right? You either gonna expect, right, another A, B, C, another A, B, C, and then you're gonna expect another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this entire move, either it is gonna be a corrective. You're gonna be like, okay, you have to understand what you're doing when you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you're gonna be like, this wave, it is either corrective, right? This correction, whenever you see me say correction, that's what I mean, right? It's either gonna be corrective, right? Or you're gonna be like, okay, we're gonna get another 5-way structure. We're gonna get 1, 2, 3, which is ABC, and then you're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this way you're gonna say 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, don't worry about like the distance of A being 3 being longer and all like that, all that stuff, right? It is just for for explanation, right? So, but you know, most of the time, you know, 3 is longer, but it is just for explanation. But sometimes you don't even get 3 longer. Sometimes you can get 5 waves just like this, all of them equal, right? So you just have to be very careful. So be careful when you say 5-way structure, because that's why I don't like to count on this bear market. I don't like to count 5. I just count 3 because I know everything is corrective, and whenever you get 3, it means ABC, right? Or it can mean WXY, okay? Because WXY it is 3 wave, but each wave count is has to be counted as 3, so which is 3, 3, 3. So it is very important to understand all those aspects when you say 5 waves. For instance, right now BC gave us a big move, right, up to like a 10-5. People want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you count 1, 2, 3, why are you counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? You can count whatever you want. You can count even like 10 or whatever, right? But if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what can you expect, right? You have to expect 1, 2, 3, right? But people are gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And want to count like BTC going back up. No, you have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to count ABC, and then you have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This way you're gonna get your zigzag, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, which is you know, 5, 3, and 5, right? 5 means impulse, 3 means you know, pull back or correction, and another 5 means another impulse. And after you get this move, you expect another impulse, right? Like this. Okay, so, and this one could also be another one, just like I said, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So have to be very careful you know, how you look at the market, and instead of counting 5, you know, all the time, you have to focus on 3 first. Okay, focus on 3 first, and then always prioritize 3-wave move over 5-wave. That way you're going to be safer. You're going to get out early instead of waiting for your 5th wave. If you don't get it, fine. If you get it, fine. All right, it's not the end of the world, right? So I don't talk about the Elliott waves much, but whenever I, you know, do 3 up, 3 down, stuff like that, I know exactly what I'm doing. I just don't have time to count like everything in detail. But that's 3 up, that's 3 down. We could get this 3 up. All right, we could get this 3 up, but I don't think it's going to be 5-wave. But if you don't understand what's going on, you're gonna start counting five waves in here. But it's not 5, because this one is 1. This one is 1 wave. That's your W, right? Which is 3 wave. Okay, you got 1, 2, 3, and you count it as 3 wave, and then you got another 3-wave move down, which is this one. 1, 2, 3. That's red, right? So, and then I can put a okay, you got this 3-wave down, right? Okay, what can you expect now? You have to expect another 3-wave up, not 5. Okay, have to expect another 3-wave up. So 88, expect this move, right? Expect this move. Right? It's not going to be beautiful like this, but it could be something like that, right? Just like these moves, all right? Just like this move. And then you're going to get your WXY correction just like that, all right? This wave could even drop down and give you that move. You just don't know, but you just have to expect like a 3 wave. Okay, it can be a zigzag, it can be a flat, it doesn't matter, but you have to expect like another wave to the upside, up to like a roughly around like a 1-to-1 extension of the first wave, right? 1-to-1 extension of this wave to that wave gonna give you roughly around like a 550. All right, so but it could be high, it could be up to like a 1.618 extension from this area to that area to that area. We could look for up to 1.618 extension, which is like a 650. Okay, 650. So first one 550, second one 650. All right, and that's what I think that's what basically Bitcoin Cash gave us. All right, take a look at Bitcoin Cash. Same exact move, right? You got 1 2 3 1 2 3, that's WX, right? And then you got your Y correction, and if you take a look at your Y extension, I never checked it, but let's see, it could be very close. Most people pay attention to these details, and you can see we broke 1.618 extension. The first target was 1.618 extension. You can see we went higher than 1.618 extension and got rejected, right? So have to be very, very careful. Recap of XRP. XRP BTC, we actually calling for a double bottom, just about this area of a 25 cents, this rejection wick. But I said like wait for XRP to close on the daily 21 EMA. If like we close like just like this, you can start accumulating your short position all the way up to this area of 50% of the previous wick, the previous most bearish candle, which is like 30 cents, right? But if we close below this 21 EMA, it is going to be a nice short opportunity. You just have to ladder your position in this area, just have and put your stop loss right around that area. So above this area for 200 EMA, which is like this orange line. I didn't talk about the stop loss, but if like you put it, if like I'm trading XRP, I would have put my stop loss right around this area, because I don't want us to close above this area of 200 daily EMA and then start running start pushing like towards like a 35-37 cents, because the risk to reward ratio right now is favoring like XRP to drop down to a 0.618, which is roughly around 25 cents. I missed this one because I put mine at 24.5. XRP came down to 25 cents. So just be careful where you put your exit point, because those 0.001 stuff like that matters a lot. Okay, it can make you miss like an 80% gain, stuff like that. So it is always good to ladder your position. So and if you ladder your position in this area after we close below this 21 EMA, you could definitely look for this move, and this move could be like a 13 to a 14% drop, right? Depending, it's almost 25% drop. But if you just short like from the current price, it's gonna be like a roughly 13%, right? 14%, right? But I'm not trading XRP right now. I'm just focusing on BTC and Ethereum. And like I said, XRP got me kicked out. I shorted it right here, took profit right here, shorted again, put a stop loss right here. It kicked me out. I just got out. I'm like, okay, that's enough. That's enough trading for XRP. So BTC is still holding strong and doesn't want to drop, and bulls pushing higher. Very undecided on the 6 hour. We do not want to break this 21 EMA on the 6 hour. Next area to look for, squeezing, price squeezing. It is going to be between, basically 86 to 8400. All right, 86 to 8400. All right, guys, that's it for today. Hopefully, you guys going to be very profitable on the next market volatility. Make sure to be on the right side. It doesn't matter which side you're on. You always have to put your stop loss, and then flip. If you have to flip the switch, go to the other side. Yeah, it's not a big deal, because market is here to move up and down. It's not going to move one way all the time, right? So nothing wrong to be bullish, nothing wrong to be bearish. we all aim to make money. We all aim to be profitable. All right, guys. Happy Friday. Enjoy the Saturday volatility, and then next week gonna be maybe very fun. All right, guys. Thank you for watching.